branding. Now, branding is kind of your first step in marketing, right? So it's important that we are talking about branding when we're getting started with creating our business. And before we even launch our business or anything else, we need to understand our brand and what that's going to look like. So, what is branding? I want you to look at these pictures and take a moment to decide, do you know any of these companies? Do you know some of these companies that you don't like? Or are there companies on here that you love? Do you know some of these companies even though you don't use their product? For example, I know the company John Deere, even though I have never, ever gotten on a John Deere tractor. I know that tractors and farming equipment is what they're known for. So this is branding. Branding is creating an image or a name or a logo that is completely recognizable, but so is the reputation. For example, Apple. I am an Apple person. I love MacBooks and iMacs and iPads and iPhones. I love their brand. For me, their brand is stylish, it's innovative, it's useful, it's easy to use. I like their brand. So when I see that Apple logo, not only do I know what company it is and I know what they sell, I also know of their reputation, right? So that is branding. It's your look, your name, and your reputation. All right, so when you're thinking about your brand that you're going to create, I want you to think about, what do you want to be known for? What is it that you want people to think of when they think of your child care center? Do you want them to think of language? Like maybe you are a bilingual center. Do you want them to think of academics? Maybe you are really good at teaching children how to read. Do you want them to think of social and emotional growth? Maybe you'll be known for the child care center that is really good at taking care of children who need some help with emotional maturity. Maybe you want to be known as the center that focuses on play or art or STEM. What is it that you want to be known for? So that's first. You need to think about, what is it that's going to make you different, and how are you going to portray that in the marketing materials that you put out? So you're going to think carefully about your name, your colors, your images. All of these things all these branding materials are going to say something about you and who you are. Not you as a person. I mean you as your business. We want to know who your business is. So for example, all of these things are important. We're going to look at your font and your colors. We're going to look at names, the logo that you choose. So like that's your name and your picture together, maybe your value and your missions. We're going to create these in this module. So you've got to be careful. Fonts matter. This is Dr. Fangser Brown, DDS. This is a cosmetic dentist. Think about that for a minute. Cosmetic dentistry. They are supposed to go there to make my mouth look pretty. They're supposed to make my teeth sparkle. This person looks like he is going to jack my teeth up. There is not going to be anything pretty about my mouth or my face when I leave this guy. So the image that you put out with your colors and your font and your shapes and your photos say something about you. Look at these fonts, all these different things. It's the same words, little kids, but it's written in lots of different ways. So for example, this one looks like it has some blood dripping on it. That looks like a Halloween font. That's going to convey a message that we do not want. This one kind of does too. It's sort of like an old timey, creepy looking something. When I look at something like this makes me think of like 1950s era, like classic cars. This one makes me think about pirates. This one's kind of hard to read. And then when you get in some other fonts, like for example, this one feels sort of like fun, right? Um, this one does too, although it is a little bit difficult to read. This one feels a little bit more serious, like more of a business. So does that one. It's kind of a mix between business and childlike. So you want to sort of think about that. Make sure you stay away from words that make it difficult to read. Your audience needs to instantly be able to look at your words and know what they mean. I would even stay away from cursive writing. Now, I'm 43 years old, and so I took cursive writing. I can read cursive writing. It's not a big deal. But a lot of kids who are growing up to be parents, they did not take cursive writing. And so they see cursive as like some mystery coded kind of text. They can't read it. So, you want to have your business for more than just a year or two. We're hoping maybe 10, 15 years in business. So as those children become parents, this might be tricky for them. This might be tricky for them. They may not be able to read that writing. You also really want to stay away from things that are like italicized. You want something that is going to be easy to print on a shirt or on a logo or on a bag or something. You want something that's conveying your message. You don't want to scare everybody away or make people think that, you've got classic cars in your garage. You want something that's showing who you are. Here is another example of placement. Placement matters. So this is supposed to say, we care, don't stop. Even though they did these in red and this in black, unfortunately, we read left to right. So the average person is going to look at this and go, we don't care, stop, and not know anything about what this means. Also, we don't care, stop. That does not tell me what this business is. It doesn't tell me what I can do there. I really have no idea what this is at all. I can look at the fine print that says to know more, keep driving, but that's the fine print. That's not what people are focusing on. They're focusing on we don't care, stop, which is not even what it's trying to say. Your logo needs to be easy to read. Here are some examples of people who got it wrong. This one, for example, is supposed to be the Olympics. It's supposed to say London Olympics 2012. That is supposed to be a 2. That is supposed to be a 0. That is supposed to be a 1. And that is supposed to be another 2. But it just looks like a bunch of geometrical shapes. And this one, I guess, is supposed to be like an adult hugging a child, but it just looks really bad. So check and double check and recheck and check again your images that you are placing on your logo. Colors are important too. So this is why we associate, or this is how most people associate colors with words, right? So when you think about, for example, your blues, lots of hospitals use blue. Why? Because it's supposed to make people feel trust and confidence. It's supposed to be calming. You wouldn't want to go into a hospital where there's a bunch of red. That's not going to be good for that environment. You don't want to be in a hospital and be thinking of red and energy and blood and intensity and excitement. You want to be thinking of calm and everything's going to be okay and I can trust the person who's working with me. A lot of churches choose the color purple because we establish purple with wisdom and royalty and power and powerful strength, and that's how we feel when we're spiritual. A lot of people who want to convey some sort of outdoor something or health something are going to choose green because that is what we associate with. Green is associated with nature and growing and calm and refreshing. Sorry, my phone's going off. It's because I have a reminder set. So yellow usually means like energy and happy. Orange is usually creativity. Red can be like passion. and love and power, but it also can be like anger or excitement. It's really an intense color. And then you've got your white and your black, which a lot of people use as complementary colors. Now, I'm not saying um, to not choose one color or another. What I am saying is don't pick the color green because it's your favorite color. Really think about it. What are you trying to convey with your logo? What is it that you're trying to say to someone with your logo? So let's look at these. These are two random logos that I found online, but I'm going to give you a moment to look at them. What do you think these logos are saying about these child care centers? If I'm taking my child to Playground Child Care Center, I'm going to expect that they're outside a lot, that they're doing a lot of play. That's probably their primary focus. And I'm going to expect that they have some really cool playground equipment. Same thing with Wild Roots. I'm expecting that they see the child as an individual, that they're not super strict. I'm thinking that they go outside in nature and play because of the outdoorsy feel and the colors. If I show up to Playground Child Care Center and they don't even have a playground, I'm going to be upset. Well, maybe not upset, but I'm not going to leave my kid there because it's not what I expected. It's not what I anticipated. If I show up to Wild Roots and it's all super strict and the kids aren't allowed to, be themselves or be individuals, I'm not going to leave my child there. I came to that child care center looking for what the logo is promising me. So when you make your logo, you want it to be something that immediately lets people know what your business is about. Not your favorite color or just a name that you really like and think is cute, but what is it that your logo and your name says about your business? What can people expect from you? Now, these logos, they're colorful and cute, but they don't really say anything about the center. I don't really know anything about this. Maybe these people are academic because it's got some letters down at the bottom. It's called Kids Choice. So I'm wondering maybe they let children make decisions. Maybe it's kind of a Montessori style where they let kids make decisions about their learning. Kaleidoscope Academy, I have no idea. It's a pretty logo, but it doesn't tell me anything about the company. So nothing is wrong with that necessarily. I'm sure these companies are big companies and I'm sure they do very well. I don't actually know anything about them. But what I'm saying is that whatever you make your logo, make sure that it speaks something about your company. When they look at you, when they look at your logo, will they get a feel for who you are? All right, so there's some branding rules. Once you make your brand, once you decide on your color and your logo and all of those things, your fonts, you need to keep it the same. That's one of the main rules in branding. It's going to take people a long time before they recognize your brand. They're going to need to see it over and over and over and over. And so if you're changing it, then that makes it more difficult for them to recognize it. So for example, if you see the Olive Garden logo, you're going to see the same Olive Garden logo over and over and over and over. You're never going to see it in like neon green or bright yellow because it stays the same so that it's recognizable. And you want to do the same thing for your company. Now, once you get your logo and your name, we are going to look at your mission statement. So this is really important. Some people make a mission statement, they put it aside, and they never ever talk about it again. But this is your chance to tell the world who you are. And by you, I don't mean you as a person, I mean your business. What is it that makes your business different? What is it that makes your business unique? How are you going to make your own place in the world of all the other child care centers that are around you? So your mission should be something that your employees know, your parents are aware of. It should be what you're working towards every single day of your work. Every single day you are working towards, maybe having a comfortable learning environment. Maybe that's what you really, really want to do. You want to make sure that you're supporting all types of learners. What is your goal with your business? This should be something that everybody around in your company knows, and this should be something that you guys work hard to accomplish every day. Then these are your values. Your values are, again, who are you as a business? Where a mission is like a goal, like mission, like you are on a mission to accomplish this, to do this. Your values really are like who you are as a company, not who you are as a person, but who you are as a company. So, for example, if you might say that your company is honest, that your instructors, your teachers are honest, and we're going to give you honest feedback on your child's behavior or learning. Your values really are going to be kind of what guide your behaviors and the behaviors of your employees. So they should know, for example, if your company says we are diverse and we embrace and value differences in people and cultures and perspectives, then your teachers should be valuing the cultures of the different families that you have in your company as your clients. When you are making a decision about something, you can say it is part of our values that we accept anyone from all walks of life. We are not going to turn a client away because they do this or that. It is part of our values that we are accepting of people's cultures and beliefs. So your mission and your values are what start to create your reputation. Your brand and your logo and your images, that is the face of your mission and your values. This is really a way for you to tell the world who your business is. All right, so this week, you are going to write your mission, you're going to write your company values, you're going to decide on a business name, and you're going to create a logo. And I cannot wait to see what you come up with.